Hello my dear friends, this is Prashant Mavani and I welcome all of you in special video lecture in geography series, and today we are going to talk about atmosphere. As you can see on the screen, I have provided you a picture of our planet Earth and different layers of atmosphere which we are going to study today in detail, right? Now, before I move any further, I would like to inform all of you that, dear friends, we have started a new service through which you can get this sort of special video lectures, not only of your basic subjects like geography. At the moment, we are working on geography. In near future, you will get lectures of history, political science, and economics as well. Apart from that, you will get special video lectures of General Studies 1, General Studies 2, General Studies 3 and General Studies 4, in which we will take material from different newspapers, topic wise, of course. Say for example, if we are talking about space technology, then we will go through all the important things, all the important milestones that are being achieved by India in space technology, all the missions that are launched, all the missions that are going to be conducted by India, how it is going to impact India in terms of economic point of view, how it is going to place India on a world map, particularly in space domain and things like that. And there are many videos already available on our YouTube channel, and the relevant material of that videos can be downloaded for all the subscriber who has subscribed to our services, right? So moving on, dear friends, so far we have talked about lithosphere. We have understood what lithosphere is all about. We have traveled to all 7 continents and has also learned it from civil service point of view, isn't it? Then we have learned about hydrosphere, in which we have touched upon the issues that are associated with water. We have also sailed through all major oceans, and we have discussed important things regarding it, particularly for exam preparation point of view as well, isn't it? I'm sure you all have gone through and checked all our geographic lectures so far. And now we are going to take a journey towards sky. We are going to learn about atmosphere. So let's bang on. Atmosphere. Now, our planet Earth is surrounded by a layer of gas. This layer of gas is called atmosphere. Let me give you a quick example. This is our planet Earth, and these are the layers of gas, right? There are different layers we have divided. One is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere, which we are going to learn in detail. But apart from that, we are going to learn some basic things regarding our atmosphere. This atmosphere provides us with the air we breathe in for our survival. It is not only important for human beings, but as we all know, it is also important for all the living creatures on this earth, which can be broadly divided into animal kingdom and plant kingdom, right? All of them, all life throughout our earth, right? All the forms of life, they require air to survive. It also protects us from the harmful rays of sun, the ultraviolet rays, which are harmful for us. We are getting protection from this ultraviolet rays from the atmosphere. We are going to check that one as well. Now, atmosphere extends up to 1600 kilometers. It is divided into 5 different layers based on composition, temperature, and other properties. Now, if we go through the pie chart of atmosphere, we find that out of from 100%, 79% is nitrogen, 20% is oxygen, and rest 1% is covered by other gases, right friends? Moving on, oxygen we breathe, isn't it? Oxygen is used for our breathing. Nitrogen is helpful for plants. I'm quickly going through all these basic details because we have already discussed these things in our daily current affairs analysis, but some of the things which are too basics, I'm going to take you regarding that. We will discuss that in detail. So nitrogen is helpful for plants. I'll give you some quick example. Neem coated urea. You might have checked this advertisement of Government of India regarding neem coated urea, and if you open the preliminary papers, right, prelim exam papers of 2016, you will find a question was also asked regarding neem coated urea. Now if you have observed the advertisement of neem coated urea, then it clearly says that it fixes the nitrogen property in soil. When we were talking about pulses in our special video lecture on pulses and oil seeds, I have also talked about the benefits of pulses. Pulses has a property of fixing nitrogen in the soil. That is the reason why pulses are used as an alternative crop after, say for example, wheat, right? Once the wheats are harvested, then pulses are sown in that field. That will help to restore nitrogen in the soil, and which would be beneficial for not only the next pulses, but it will also have a positive impact on pulse production as well. And we all know that pulses and other food products are not only important for our life, of course, they are our primary food source, but apart from that, they also have a huge impact on our economy, because if the pulses are down, if the production of pulses is down, then it directly impacts inflation, isn't it? And a couple of days ago as well, we have discussed about that government is going to have a 2 million buffer stock of pulses, and in that one we have also talked about, I have thrown a question as well regarding what would be the impact of having a buffer stock of pulses. Then carbon dioxide is also part of this atmosphere. It is also known as greenhouse gas. See, carbon dioxide is not always bad, right? It helps to maintain temperature of our earth. Basically, the good thing about carbon dioxide is that it can absorb heat, right? So it maintains, with the help, as it can absorb heat, it maintains a stable temperature of our earth. But the problem is when carbon dioxide is found in too much quantity in atmosphere, that is the time when we find that it is causing problems like global warming. It is also used as a fire extinguisher, dry ice, and we all know that during photosynthesis process, carbon dioxide is used by plants, right, to produce their own food in leaves. So we have already talked about this point, that increasing amount means high temperature. Increasing amount of carbon dioxide results into high temperature, which creates global warming. And if you remember, in Arctic Ocean lecture, I told you about that due to high temperature or due to global warming, the ice of this Arctic Ocean is melting, and because of that melting, many islands are getting submerged. And we all know, we have already discussed about Marrakesh meeting, we have already discussed about Paris climate change, Montreal Protocol, Kyoto Protocol. All these things are available for you guys to utilize. It is there on our website, and particularly to all the subscribers, you have full access to all this material. This material is designed for you guys, right? It is designed in such a way that it is not too long, right? It is short and sweet, but it is not missing out with any important information that helps you to understand what this all different protocols and meetings are all about. Moving on, atmosphere's density, dear friends, varies with height. It is maximum at sea level, right? The density of air is maximum at sea level. That means air is most dense at sea level, but as you go to higher altitude, its density decreases, right? If you go to, say for example, Mount Everest, then the density of air would be very low. It would be at its minimum. The same thing with temperature as well. As we go up in atmosphere, we find that particularly in troposphere, we will learn about what troposphere is all about, so don't worry about it. But we all know that if you are standing at a sea level, then temperature would be normal, but as you climb higher and higher, you will start feeling cold. So that means temperature too decreases as we go up in altitude. Now, dear friends, this atmosphere that is surrounding a layer of gas that we call atmosphere, it exerts pressure on our planet Earth. This pressure varies from place to place. Some area experiences high pressure, whilst some area experiences low pressure. Now, if you are a bit confused regarding high pressure and low pressure, then do not worry at all. For time being, just remember that atmosphere exerts pressure on Earth. This pressure varies from place to place, right? There are two forms of pressure. One is high pressure and the other one is low pressure. What is this all about, high pressure and low pressure? We are going to discuss in detail in our future discussion in geography lecture. Now, the important thing regarding this high pressure and low pressure is that air moves from high pressure to low pressure, right? Say, for example, India is in low pressure. You might have heard this term many a times in news channels, particularly the weather forecast session of news channels, right? That many times they show you that Bay of Bengal is under low pressure. So if Bay of Bengal is under low pressure, and say, for example, if China, the area of China is in high pressure, then all the winds from the high pressure area of China will travel towards the low pressure area of Bay of Bengal, right? For time being, just imagine this scenario and just try to understand this thing, and in future we will discuss it in detail. We will try to understand what is high pressure and low pressure, and the reason why I'm stressing too much on this thing is because from high pressure and low pressure you would be able to understand the wind pattern. From wind pattern you will be able to understand, say for example, why the largest river, say for example Amazon, is flowing from the western part of Brazil to the eastern part of Brazil, right? These are some of the things that you won't be able to understand now, but once you are clear regarding how this wind cycle works, how the air travels from one place to another, how low pressure and high pressure impacts our geography. Once everything is clear, you would be able to understand so many things regarding geography, and from there you'd be able to demonstrate this knowledge that you have acquired in your civil services exam as well, and it will be also helpful whilst you are studying current affairs too. And basically, when this say for example our example of China and Bay of Bengal, when the air moves from high pressure to low pressure, this is what we call wind, right? The moving air is known as wind. So dear friends, as we are talking about atmosphere, let's move on to the another part, one of the most important part of atmosphere, that is the 5 layers which I have showed you over here, right, which is displayed here. These are the 5 different layers of our planet Earth, or not planet Earth but our atmosphere. So let's quickly go back to that slide. This is 5 layers. Starting from the surface of the Earth, we have troposphere, then we have stratosphere, then we have mesosphere, thermosphere, and the last one is exosphere. Let's take one by one. This is a small picture, by the way, for all of you guys. Starting from the layer or the surface of our Earth, you can see troposphere. Then right above troposphere you have stratosphere. Above that you have mesosphere, then you have thermosphere, and finally we have exosphere. Moving on, troposphere. Now starting at the ground level, it extends up to 10 km above sea level. Dear friends, you don't have to remember these digits, right? This 10 km, 15 kilometers. If you go to NASA website, you will find it is 14.5 km from the surface level, right? If you go to other website, you will find different figures, but generally speaking, right, it extends up to 10 km above sea level. We humans live in this troposphere, right? Apart from that, most clouds appear here mainly because 99% of water vapor in the atmosphere is found in the troposphere. That means 1% you will find in the above layer, but 99% is in this troposphere. And if you see it from the common sense point of view as well, then it is very easy to say that that most of the life is in troposphere only. Almost all weather is in this region. This part of atmosphere is the most dense, as we all know, because wind, air, right? Not wind but air, nitrogen, oxygen and things like that you will find over here. Air pressure drops and temperature gets colder as you climb higher in troposphere, which we have already discussed. Now let's go to stratosphere. Now there are some important things that I would like to highlight over here. One is that it starts just about troposphere and it extends to 50 kilometer. The most important thing that I would like to share is that ozone is found in this layer. Many a times, many people say that in the morning time you find ozone on the ground level, which is absolutely wrong. Ozone, if we inhale ozone, then we will die, right? We will pass out. It is dangerous for us to breathe ozone, right friends? But ozone is found in stratosphere. But there are some chemicals, if they are released in air, then they do produce ozone in troposphere as well, but which is of course harmful. So we are going to discuss that in our future discussion, or in some other special video lecture regarding air pollution. We'll talk about that thing. But for time being, remember that ozone is found in this layer, that is stratosphere. Now ozone helps our planet by absorbing and scattering the solar ultraviolet radiation. All the UV rays that are coming from sun, which are intercepted by our earth, they are reflected, they are absorbed and scattered back into space by this ozone layer that is in stratosphere. Unlike troposphere, the stratosphere actually gets warmer the higher you go, right? So in troposphere it was that as high you go you feel cold, but in troposphere the more higher you go, the more warm you will start feeling. Commercial passenger jets fly in the lower stratosphere, partly because this less turbulent layer provides a smooth ride. It helps passenger jets to save fuel, right? It is less turbulent, so it is a bit easier to fly in this region as well. So that is the reason why stratosphere, in this part you find all the commercial flights are flying in this region. And jet stream, again, when we will learn about wind, right, wind pattern and all that things, at that point of time we will also discuss jet stream. Jet stream has an important role in our Rabi season, so we'll discuss that as well. But for now on, just remember that jet stream also flows in the border between troposphere and stratosphere. Moving on, mesosphere. Now this starts just above stratosphere and it extends to 85 kilometer. Meteors burn up in this layer. Many a times you find that burning star or falling star, you may say, and I'm sure you might have came across this thing, that if you wish something, if you find a falling star, then that wish may come true. So that's basically a meteor that is trying to enter or penetrate into our Earth's atmosphere, into the lower layers, but as it enters this layer, mesosphere, it burns up because of friction. So that's the reason why, this is one of the reasons why we are protected. Unlike stratosphere, temperatures once again grow colder as you rise up. So this is a cold, warm sort of things going on, right? It is a cycle. From in troposphere it was as you go higher you find cold. In stratosphere it was as you go high you start feeling warm. In this mesosphere the things are again, as you go high you start finding it colder. The air in this mesosphere is far too thin to breathe. Air pressure at the bottom of the layer is well below 1% of the pressure at sea level and continues dropping as you go higher. Then we come to thermosphere. Dear friends, it starts just about mesosphere and extends to 600 kilometers. High energy X-rays and UV radiation from the sun are absorbed in the thermosphere, rising its temperature to hundreds or at times thousands of degrees. So this is that is the reason it is known as thermosphere. The temperature is too high over here. The air in this layer is so thin that it would feel freezing cold to us. In many ways, the thermosphere is more like outer space than a part of atmosphere. Many satellites actually orbit Earth within this stratosphere, and the aurora or the northern lights or southern lights occur in thermosphere. Then, dear friends, this is a small layer between thermosphere and exosphere. It is known as ionosphere, and it is also important because the ionosphere is an abundant layer of electrons and iodized atoms and molecules that stretches from about 48 kilometers above the surface of the edge of the space at about 965 kilometers. It overlaps into mesosphere and thermosphere, and the reason is this region is what makes radio communications possible. All the waves that have been thrown into space, they reflect, they go to ionosphere, and they are reflected back. And we all know the benefits of radio and communication system. And finally, dear friends, the last slide in this lecture is about exosphere, final frontier of Earth's gaseous envelope. This is the upper limit of our atmosphere. It extends from the top of the thermosphere up to 10,000 kilometers. There are many scientists who do not agree with this 10,000 kilometers. Some say it is 20,000 kilometers, some say it is 15,000 kilometers, but for our understanding we don't have to go to that much detail. Remember that we are preparing for civil services examination. We don't have to be an expert in each and everything. All we have to do is become a good generalist. Generalist basically means that you know basic things about many different subjects, right? So don't get scared or afraid. And there is no clear-cut upper boundary where the exosphere finally fades away into space. So that's everything, dear friends, regarding atmosphere. I hope this lecture has helped you to clear many doubts, many things that you were not knowing before. I believe it is crystal clear now. And with this, we end the series of lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. In the next lecture, we are going to learn about biosphere, and in our future discourses, we are going to learn about in detail regarding India and different sort of things, physical geography of India and other important things. So dear friends, I'll keep it till here. Do not forget to check our website, which is given here, right? And do not forget to subscribe our channel to get all the benefits of our material, right, which is exclusively designed for civil services examination. Remember, general studies 1 to 4 and all basic subjects will be covered, and it will be presented to you in such a manner that it is easy to understand, it is to the point, and above all, the quality of data and information would be of the highest standard possible. So I'll keep it here. Do not forget to subscribe our channel. Do not forget to subscribe to our services as well. Do turn on that notification bell. If you like this video, then do not forget to give me your like. Share this video with your friends and family or any other person who is preparing for civil services examination. This would be a big gift that you can give it to them. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. We are on WhatsApp as well. If you have any question or query, then you can write us to our WhatsApp handle as well. And finally, do not forget to pass me your valuable feedback on this particular lecture. I look forward to hear from you in near future. And this is Prashant Mamani signing off. Enjoy your studies. Take care. My best wishes are always with all of you, dear friends. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Goodbye.